Welcome to a new episode of Science in Context. I'm Sabine, and this week Dr. Penny Hancock joins me to speak about genetic surveillance in insecticide resistance in malaria mosquitoes. Penny, how big of a problem is insecticide resistance?
Well, insecticide-based interventions, such as insecticide-treated bed nets and spraying of insecticides inside on the walls of houses, are one of the main ways of preventing malaria in Africa. And over the last couple of decades, the usage of these insecticidal interventions has really expanded as a result of government and international control programs. And unfortunately, over this time, we've also seen the mosquito populations become increasingly resistant to these insecticides, which is making those interventions less effective at killing the mosquitoes. It is very worrying because it's really important that these tools do remain effective in providing protection against malaria.
And you conducted recently a review on the genetic mechanisms within the mosquito. What did you find?
Well, genetic surveillance of mosquitoes sampled from wild populations can detect the different ways in which mosquitoes are evolving resistance to different types of insecticides. So using whole genome scans or looking at specific parts of the genome where we know insecticide resistance is controlled. For example, certain genetic markers are associated with resistance to particular types of insecticides, which may be the traditional or the newer types of insecticides that are currently being used in the field. So our review developed a catalogue of the genetic markers that have been identified in past studies to be associated with insecticide resistance, which essentially provides a list of markers that could be screened for in genetic surveillance.
And what does this mean for future surveillance and malaria control efforts?
Our review highlights case studies where we've seen rapid rises in the frequencies of some of these markers in wild populations following the rollout of new insecticidal interventions, which is worrying, but it highlights the value of genetic surveillance in detecting these rises early so we could potentially switch the type of insecticide that's being used in that area before the resistance continues to spread.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.